Tiamat has many children, and I am one of them. I am actually very proud to say that I am one of Tiamat's children. But being a child of the goddess is actually something that can be very difficult in this life, because she is the goddess of chaos, and I can say to you, the goddess of chaos, that is indeed what she is, because that is where everything is built on in this world. It's not coincidence that just everything is in conflict, and yet out of it rises evolution. And that is also what Tiamat stands for. Out of the chaos you create your own path. Don't listen to anyone, just feel the chaos, feel it. And that is also the reason why the first year of my draconic path was so chaotic. I didn't know what was going on, but it was a whirlpool of emotions and feelings and new things and awakenings, and everything came at once. And I actually didn't know what was going on. And my dragon was very draconian at that moment. He was much more fierce, and whenever I connected with the dragon, I wanted to connect with the dragon no matter what. But my dragon was like a very strict teacher, and eventually I I became much more like I should be because of my dragon. But later on, I came to know Tiamat for the very first time, and I actually didn't understand what was going on because I didn't know about Tiamat or the dragon gods or whatever. But my first encounter with Tiamat was beautiful. Actually, it was a way of light. Many years ago, I came to meet Tiamat for the very first time, and I could hear and even feel the forests and the waters, and she was actually one with it. That don't even understand why people don't worship her anymore. They don't worship Mother Nature anymore, Mother Earth or the waters anymore. They prefer to worship something else. But if you have an awakening and you can see a goddess like her, I never even understood anything like this. A goddess, I never also believed in gods or whatever until I met her, until I met Tiamat for the very first time. Later on, I came even to realize that Tim means son of Tiamat, but that is nor here nor there. But a meeting with a god is the first ever god that is coming to you is actually the one and responsible for your entire path. My entire path is built out of chaos. It's built out of everything where Tiamat stands for. But it's actually guided by the dragon by my side. And that is also what happens with a lot of people on the dragon's path. They have a guide by their side. You can see an angel, a guardian angel that is also a child of God. But this angel is trying to guide you. And that is also what happened to me. This actually, my dragon by my side is my angel. But they are not the angel like, well, let's pray for God or whatever. No, they are the fierce dragons. They are the dragons by your side. And dragons are not humans at all. And whenever you have a lot of chaos like I had, they don't mind that. You have to grow, you have to understand, you have to evolve, and you have to understand whatever you can do. And that is also what is true. My dragon was 100% right, because once I was awakened, I could very much do things that I couldn't do before, like, for example, dragon magic. Dragon magic can happen. Dragon magic can even be dark and light together. I needed to understand everything about this, but also about the dragon spirit in itself. I didn't understand that, and I didn't want to accept that, but I just wasn't feeling of, I feel that, I felt it, but I didn't want to accept it. And that is where my dragon was actually very draconian for why don't you do it? Why don't you accept it? You have to understand it. You have to accept it. And you have to evolve. You have to create your path, because there is no path. You have to make your path. A path that we will make together. That is what my dragon wanted. Together we create a path, and we will open it. No one else comes there except for us, except for your dragon eye, your trinity, your dragon by your side, and your dragon god. So it can be very chaotic, but chaos, is not evil. Evil does not exist. It's dark, yes, but evil it's nothing like it. Of course, they try to demonize Tiamat very much, and I don't understand why. Because look at that. Look, this is what Tiamat made. This is her body. This is her energy. Is this evil? Is this bad? I don't understand that. Why should people be afraid of something so pure, of what Tiamat's energy is? Uh, but yeah, of course, Tiamat was not a human. She didn't have a face of a human, and her children were serpents and dragons. That is where people, and especially religions, love to actually demonize everything about the misunderstanding and why people used to worship Tiamat very much. I didn't know about Tiamat. No one in this entire world told me about her. No one did. I discovered her myself because she showed herself to me. And that is what can happen to you as well, my brothers and sisters. Sometimes she shows herself and you can feel it. You feel the energy of the god or goddess or whatever. You feel the energy. Whenever my dragon came with me for the very first time, I felt that. That the air was changing, everything changed, the energy changed. That is the reason why I immediately looked at my dragon. But once Tiamat came, it was actually like the same energy. And this same energy is familiar to you because you belong inside of this dragon eye. You are one of the three. So you should understand and react to that energy. And that is eventually what I did as well once I met Tiamat. But my goddess, what a power! What an energy! This I felt just the creation once she was there. And that is what dragon gods are. They are the elements of nature. They are the elements of light and dark. They are the elements of it. They are everything that you can see. And that is what I came to understand. My dragon made me understand that the embodiment of nature is the dragon. And that humans actually don't accept that. That is the reason why they ditched this idea of Tiamat being a goddess. They didn't want that. They want themselves to be God. Whenever I see Yahweh or whatever, these are all humans. They worship themselves, their mirror image, even though humans are a fairly new being. Dragons has been like millions of years, just like the dinosaurs, but we are evolved apes. We are not. We are new actually. We are new beings, and that doesn't make sense. That an image like that, I mean, underneath the mask, can be a god. No, it has to be a very ancient being, very ancient, and the dragons themselves are their children, and I'm very convinced of that once I encountered the dragons themselves. So whenever you have a visit from a dragon god, you will understand that because they wear the same energy that you have. They are not allowed to come in front of everyone else, but you are connected to them. You are allowed to see it. Whenever you discover your dragon gods, you discover your own true purpose on this world. And that is why I sometimes say to you, talk about the dragon, talk about them. Because whenever I hear the name dragon, then my hair stands up. It's like, yes, I think about them. And that is what you should do as well. I mean, to help other people and say to them, dragon, the dragon is real. So let themselves to let the gate be open for the dragon. So this can help a lot. You have no idea how much this can help. If my entire YouTube career, you can say, helped one person to open up the dragon's gate, and it was all worth it. Everything is worth it. Every single dragon is worth it. And yeah, I think and I believe that Tiamat loves me so much, and I didn't think that I was worthy of her, but she, the goddess of chaos, I could feel the waters, I could feel the forests with her. Came to understand that every water is her blood. She is the essence of life, and it seems like her embodiment was beautiful, but also the entire encounter was beautiful. But it was chaos, my brothers and sisters. But I didn't mind that. But she seemed to love me, and she seemed to love all of us. She seemed to love that. She seemed to be a loving goddess. She is also very fierce. It can be very fierce, just like nature in itself. It can be creating, but it can destroy. That is also what Tiamat is. But it seemed like she loves her children very much. And then I came to understand that she taught me also the ways of light. And while humans always said to me, don't follow that, it's an idol, it's bad, you shouldn't do that. But she was worshipped long before Christianity or the other religions, long before. But it was, yeah, you that is the reason why in religion they say don't follow that, because you might follow your true purpose, you might follow your true path. And that is not what religions want. Of course they want, come to us, we have the truth. Well, no. If there is something evil in this world, that is the Christian God or the Islamic God. That is pure evil, pure evil thing in literature. And that is, he was in the story responsible for the not slaying, because Tiamat cannot die, but put her into and laid her on this universe. And everything that is alive, it's her energy. So, and Yahweh, the one that they are worshipping, was beside Marduk in order to create life, to let her create life, because they couldn't do that. Yahweh couldn't create life. And that is what they lie about all the time, that he created life. He did not. According to the story of Tiamat, Tiamat was the one that created life. But her life is created out of chaos. And out of this chaos, they made advances so that humanity or the other life can be distracted from what is real. Inside of our soul and inside of our heart, we should know that Tiamat is a true creator and Tiamat is a true goddess. But that is not, like I said, we are born out of chaos. Chaos, everything is a battle, everything is conflict, and we have to learn how to come out of this chaos. And that is typically Tiamat. That is also the path of her children. The path of her children is built out of chaos, but out of chaos you create your own true path, and this path can be yours alone, yours and your dragon by your side, and Tiamat or the other dragon gods. Yeah, the other dragon gods have different ways, like for example Fafnir, his soul, the soul of fire, that is a bit different. Your path is going to be different at that moment, lesser built out of chaos and much more out of the soul, you know but in the end, we have something from all of the dragon gods inside of ourselves. All of the dragon gods, light, dark, earth, fire, everything lives inside of a dragon spirit. They are the children or the children of nature. So you might also want to understand what your dragon soul is saying to you, because it says a lot. It's so close to nature, and it can be so much also difficult to understand it. And that is also, whenever Tiamat came to me, she was chaos indeed. She was very much chaos. But chaos is not bad or evil. It's something that you need to understand, because in all of us is a bit of chaos.